Now that you've created your blog, it's time to start getting traffic to it. And in this video, I'll walk you through 8 proven tips that you can do to start getting traffic to your website. So let's dive in. Here are the things that we'll cover to increase your blog traffic. First, you want to think about creating an audience profile. Then let's do some keyword research to make sure that we're targeting the right keywords that people are searching for. And then we'll create the useful content on our site. And then think about adding video to your articles. And this could be either your videos or someone else's. Preferably, you want to get to a point where they are your videos that you're creating. And then we'll apply some basic SEO principles to your website. Next, we'll want to think about getting backlinks. And don't worry, we'll do it in a non-spammy way. Next, we'll cover online networking. Finally, you'll want to start an email list. And even though this is at the end, it's probably one of the most important ones that you'll do, and it'll be right after you create your content. So if you're ready, let's get started. And make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on the little bell so you can be notified of new videos that we put out on how you can grow your WordPress blog. The first thing we want to talk about is creating an audience profile. Basically, this is just you really getting a good idea of who you want to serve. What is the target audience that you want to serve? This helps you tighten up your writing, and basically you'll get it down to almost you're envisioning one person that you're writing to each time you go to set up a blog. And basically you're getting it down to you're just talking to one person when you go to write. So you want to consider who is your target audience? What are their pain points in the industry that you're talking about? What kind of content are they looking for? And don't worry, the keyword research will help with this as well. And then finally, how can you help them with this? And our sister company, OptinMonster, has this great tutorial with examples and templates on how to go through and set up your persona for your website. I'll link to this in the description so you can take a look at it and go through this process of creating your audience profile. Once you have the audience profile, you want to know exactly what are they searching for and how are they searching for what they're looking for on the internet. Keyword research is crucial. This will help you set up all the topics that you want to cover on your blog. And one of the first things you'll want to do when you're doing keyword research is go ahead and do basically a brain dump of all the topic ideas that you want to cover on your site. And that's okay if you don't know all of them. You'll get a really good core idea of what you want to talk about. And then you can use certain tools that will help with the rest of the process. Some keyword research tools that we recommend would be like Ahrefs or Semrush. Both are really good tools. They're both paid tools, but you can get a trial offer. A great free alternative is Answerthepublic. You just go through Answerthepublic, add a seed keyword, and it will bring back several questions and other suggestions with your seed keyword in the results. After you've collected all of the keyword topics that you want to cover, it's time to get down to creating the useful content. In creating useful content, you just want to be thorough in your response and in your topics to them. And then you want to make it readable. You want to add bullet points, subheadings, images, and videos. When people are reading online, it's more difficult for them to follow a block of text, and it's much easier for them to read if you have a lot more white space in there. And also make great headlines. This is actually one of the more important things to do, and some people actually spend as much time creating the headline as they do creating the content. That's how important it is. And it's for 2 reasons. One, the search engines need to know exactly what your topic is about or what your article is about, but also you have users looking and they have several to choose from. So you need to make it inviting for them to click on your headline. Next, you want to add video. And this can be something as simple as a slideshow like you're seeing here with voiceover talking to your audience. It can be a screencast like what we do a lot on WP Beginner, where we're walking people through how to use something like WordPress, or it can be an interview of people in your industry and you interviewing them. Finally, it can be just something as simple as you creating a video in selfie mode and simply talking like a vlog to your audience. Now, in the beginning, you don't have to create your own videos. If you want, if you find a video that is relevant to your topic, you can add a YouTube video in your article and that will help. But definitely put that on the list of something to do later on so that you're creating the content, and then you'll have 2 locations that people will come to your website from. One will be from your YouTube channel, and they'll see your video on YouTube when they search. And then they'll also see it when they're searching for your topic in Google search results. After you create your content, make sure you're doing some SEO basics for your articles. All this means is make sure that the keyword that people are searching for is in your body and your title or your headline. Having keywords that are relevant to what people are searching for tells Google that this is what you're writing about is what they're searching for. Also, make sure you have the image alt text set up. And this is a simple setting in WordPress where it'll ask for the alt text. The alt text is important for people who can't see and they're using browser readers to tell them what the image is about. So it's great for accessibility. It's also great for SEO because it also tells Google what that image is about as well. Next, make sure you're doing internal linking. If you have multiple posts up on a page and they're related, link to each other, and that lets Google know, and that just makes your whole site a little more readable and lets Google know exactly what your whole site is about because you're doing internal linking to other relevant pages. There are plugins that you can use, and something like the Yoast SEO plugin can help with going through this process and making sure that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed in the SEO Basics world. Next thing you want to look at is getting backlinks. And this doesn't have to be spammy where you're just reaching out to people and say, hey, can I get a backlink from your site? Instead, we're looking at doing relevant guest blogging on other relevant websites. You can also look at doing a roundup post. This is just asking people in your industry maybe a question and then gathering up all of their answers and then creating a blog post about it. What's great about this is once you tell those experts that you wrote this and you share with them the link to your post, they may share it on their website or on their social media profiles, and then that's a backlink for you. Another great way to do it is interview another blogger. Once they've been interviewed, then you send them the link and they'll likely share it on their page as well. If you can't do anything else right now, one of your basic things you want to make sure you do is set up your social media profiles. These are simply extra links that's telling Google that you're becoming serious about doing this because you have all these profiles, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and all of these links are pointing back to your website. Next thing you want to do is start doing online networking. And this just means joining social networks, joining groups or Slack communities, maybe LinkedIn groups if that's relevant. Just become relevant and be helpful in answering questions or contributing to a conversation online. You can also consider joining other search engines. Pinterest is also a search engine. YouTube, we talked about the videos. That's the number 2 search engine after Google. So these are also other search engines that you want to consider having videos or Pinterest pins on if it's relevant to your industry. Be active in Q&A websites. Q&A websites like Quora, where people are asking questions in your industry and you can go in, answer the question, and possibly even have a link back to a more thorough article that you wrote on the question that they're asking. And then finally, which this really should be right after you publish your first blog post, create an email list. Go ahead and get signed up with an email service provider, something like Constant Contact or MailChimp, and get started creating your list. Once you do that, you can do a simple opt-in form on the end of every one of your posts or put it in your sidebar. You can even do an exit intent pop-up if you're using something like OptinMonster, and then also add a lead magnet. Don't get bogged down with adding a lead magnet immediately, but have that in your mind that you'll want to do that later. But the first thing you want to do is definitely set up the opt-in form before you start getting out on the social media profiles and getting out there and answering in online communities. Okay, now we've gone through the 8 tips that you can do to increase traffic to your website. And if you want, let us know in the comments which one you're going to try first. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thanks so much for watching.